Now I knew about this player coming to this year's draft, and I watched him a little bit. I watched his highlights based off last year, and then I watched some of his games, a few of his games this year. But then when the season ended, as I started doing the scouting reports, I started watching more and more and more, and the more and more and more I watched, I fell in love with his game. The player is Tetairoa McMillan. If you don't know about Tetairoa McMillan, he's 6'4", 219 pounds. Plays wide receiver. He attended to University of Arizona. I personally see him going top 20. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes higher, to be honest with you, just because he's that good of a talent and he's really, really young. And some of the similarities that I've seen from as far as, my NFL comparison for him is AJ Green. And if you know how good AJ Green was, you know that that's a very, very good comparison, or even like that's a very high comparison, I should say. I think both the way they both attacked the ball, I think AJ Green ran the routes a little bit better. But like I said, Tetairoa, he's still young, so it doesn't mean that he's not going to improve. But they both have really good body control. They both could take the top off. They can run across the middle, catch the balls in traffic. Anything. I just think McMillan was better after the catch, and that's what separates him. That's why I think he's. That's why I see why people call him wide receiver one. That's why I see if somebody drafted him top 10, top 15, top 12, or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised just because he's that good. But some of the strengths that I see for him, like I say, he has some of the best ball skills that I've seen, some of the best hands that I've seen. I think he's really great after the catch. He has a high catch radius. He understands coverage. He's really good in the scramble drill as well. He's faster than I think. He's faster than you think, I should say. 2023 is more of him than 2024 is. I read that he was a little bit banged up this past year, so that's why somewhere else I'm like, okay, he's running a little bit slow. So I read some stuff. I'm like, okay, this is really who this player is. So as long as he gets back up to what I seen in 2023, oh, he gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem. He understands stemming. He runs the entire route tree, and I don't think he's a great route runner, but I don't think he's a bad route runner at all either. Um, but some of the weaknesses that I seen is I seen him get pushed to the sideline a few times. I don't think that's really good. And some of that's because his splits were a little too wide. Some of that's because he wasn't really stacking that well. Some of that's because he probably wasn't using his hands that well. I've seen all of that, so that's an easy fix, to be honest with you. Now the splits aren't usually that wide in the NFL, so as long as he cut down the splits, he should be fine. Um, I seen them have some trouble with some physical I'm not wide receivers. I'm sorry, cornerbacks. And like I said, that is another thing that goes into just using your hands more. So it's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. But he doesn't have that many weaknesses to me. I really don't think he has that